Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We one for you all here on Fame will approach on the Eastern Front. Represent the Axis today. We have Iker at 19 as the Wehrmacht without a commander choice yet. Representing the Soviets, we have Dr. Mulvey, the developer of Spearhead 2 mod. And basically, I suppose this is like a testing game or something where they're testing new stuff. Playing, obviously, the Soviet Union. Also without a commander choice yet. Need to see what they decide to do in this one. And 1v1 on Feyman will approach. Feyman's a very tiny map, so there could be a lot of action pretty early. They could also end pretty quick. Also, we also have a command choice here from Iker. It looks like it's like the. Getting some Folks Grenadier out there quickly to try and secure some ground. If no command choice hit from stock. That's securing territory. Grenadiers also getting onto the field here, so a basic 1-1-1 start here for the Wehrmacht. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Pretty basic to do that. Means you have a little bit more of a field presence as the Wehrmacht by just getting a Volksgrenadier out quick. And getting a Grenadier, because they cost the same actually, but you can get the Volksgrenadier from the HQ. Because that means you can have both your Pioneers, your Folks, and your Grenadiers to capture at the same time. First justified here on the Volksgrenadier between the Sabers. Volksgrenadiers are out in the open, which is not the fight they want to be in. Sabers going here on the flank against some conscripts. Conscripts could be able to get this the match with a Molotov. Looks like Pioneers are falling back. Meanwhile, the Volksgrenadiers are being attacked. Volksgrenadiers need to move quick. Grenadiers are in a good angle here, though. Slowly cutting into the Soviet troops. Eurofontoviki squad on the field arriving as well. The more professional troops of the Soviet Union. Pioneers are slowly just taking out the conscripts at range. Then an early machine gun here coming out. Looks like it's going to be an MG44. Volksgrenadiers is trying to move up again to try and take the point. That might be risky. They were trying to get some flank shots in on those Pioneers, but the Pioneers reacted quick. Good to see. Now, conscripts do suck at aiming, but they do have a lot of presence. There's just a lot of them. Montevideo arriving though, and these are a lot better at aiming for the Germans than the conscripts are. Montevideo can actually be quite a surprise for an unsuspecting player, because these guys can actually take the fight to German infantry pretty on par with German infantry if they get in the right position. Unlike the conscripts. MT-34 quickly rushing her base defense is also moving fire. That's not a fight the Russians want. Great going out though. Looks like it's blocked out. There you go, now it froze it. Going for the machine gun right in front of it. Killing 2 of the people. The Grenadiers have secured the southern flank here for the Germans. But we have a Maxim arriving here for the Soviet Union. Getting some pretty good shots in, and the Grenadiers forced them down behind the sandbags and forced them to get out. At the same time, some sappers going in the way. Well, that's not a good retreat path at all. Even throwing a grenade in the retreat path or attempting to. Looks like the Grenadiers get out of there though. Pioneers getting behind the tractor there. And the MG-34 is getting up in a new position. We also have another MG-34 arriving here for the Germans. We also have a command choice now for the Soviet Union. Looks like it's going to be Moda. Interesting. So we're going to have some rapid movement from both sides, evidently. Likta versus Moda. MG-34 has to set up a new position quick because the Soviets are still just trying to grab as much territory as they can. And the maximum round is going to make it hard for the Germans to maneuver. Depending on the angles they put it in. The MG-34 has a much wider arc, as you can see. Oh yeah, you also cannot attack ground with the machine guns anymore, so you cannot abuse that as of this patch, my understanding. Which I think is a good change, personally. Oh, Maxim had set up there on the open. Oh, the MG-34 stopped to move. Oh. Probably would have been better to just stay there and fight, but I don't know. EBSA just now with stick magazines being handed out to the Fontoviki. Give them some automatic firepower. Panzer's rushing up here quick. MG-34 trying to set up. Oh, they killed the gunner! Grenade going out. Oh, that was an AT grenade. Didn't destroy the machine gun though. Because all the weapon teams, I believe, have had their durability buffed. So they not get destroyed that easily. But here comes the Fontoviki was opening they were waiting for. Pioneers have to get out of there because of the automatic firepower. Soviets have lost a fair few units though. More arriving here for the Wehrmacht. And the Soviets are securing the southern flank now, but the Germans have secured the most important points to the north. And before they send out to the Volksgrenadiers to give them some automatic firepower. Grenadiers could be armed with a machine gun or Gewehr 43s, depending on the situation they think they need them in. But the MG-34s are being suppressed by the Maxim. Maxim is actually doing pretty good here for itself. Zappers against the MP-40 armed the Volksgrenadiers. Well, not the fight they won, but they're getting some good shots in actually. But because of the angle. Now the MP-40 is starting to show themselves. Mortar starting to shell the Soviets. Maxim has to get out of there. Armored car arriving with the motor Strelki. Or well, the Odon actually, which is the unique unit available to motor. Really damn good elite Soviet infantry, by the way. And be armed with a lot of very good equipment like the RPD, as we see there. They're actually trying to hunt down that Volksgrenadier. Oh, it looks like he's gonna get away. More has to quickly fall back. And there's no Panzerfaust yet at the German infantry. We do see a Panzerbüchse being handed out here to the Pioneers. This is probably the weapon they need. We don't have disembarked though. Ready to fight on the front lines now. Well, the Germans are gonna have a little bit of a difficult time getting out of their base at this point, I feel. The Soviets have kind of got them in a very bad position. But now here's the Pioneers with the Panzerbüchse. Now the armored car has to stay back. MG-34 setting up this, and they are with a lot of lack of cover mostly. As I guess with a machine gun it's not really needed sometimes. We do see a 222 coming out here for the Wehrmacht. 221 to be specific. Mthis arriving for the Soviet Union though, which will allow them to take out the 222. Also the 50 caliber on the armored car could actually take it out pretty quick if it doesn't have Radpanzer, which does not look like it have. In this gaming, the also can upgrade to turn it into a 222. Both Grenadiers have to pull back again. .50 caliber is ready, and it doesn't have the 222 upgrade yet. Yeah, so the 50 caliber is starting to wreck into the armored car. Don't underestimate that 50 caliber. It's a very potent weapon. That was trying to flank around, but base defenses got him. Border arriving here for the Soviet Union as well. Probably to help deal with the German mortar and just to apply some pressure. Montoviki no, they didn't jump inside the armored car, just looked like it. Udon got pinned there, forced him back. Puma being prepared here for the Germans, and also some Belarusian evacuators called in. This should be interesting. So I guess this is somewhere in Belarus. They can actually sneak, which can be pretty useful. Just don't want to get revealed immediately, so I suppose they have to get low now unless they want to be a distraction. They might be a distraction. Oh, that's a Molotov! Now the Belarusians are rushing up, but that's a dead Grenadier squad. The Russians run quickly. 222 are on the field though. Still doesn't have Radpanzer, but doesn't need it on this little angle. Now they're sneaking. Need to be cautious around the 222. But they've been spotted though because it is a scout vehicle. The Russians trying to ambush here, but they get suppressed by the 222. Instant grenade going out. Almost kills them. Now the Belarusians are falling back. Oh, the Soviet smoke shield actually causes a little bit of damage by the looks of it, probably because it's a big shell. 82mm. Boom on the field here. Mobile anti-armor. Available to the German Wehrmacht. I believe to only certain commanders, and I think Leicht is one of them. Actually, I think all of them might get the Puma, I'm not sure. I don't see it on the list here normally, so... Might be like the only thing. Discord opening fire with artillery now. Puma needs to be cautious, the Sis will be able to cut straight through it. 2-2 driving around. Pack gun is also being prepared here by the Wehrmacht. We have a Valentine tank coming in here for the Soviet Union. There is a second the southern flank, laying some mines as well, good to see. The Belarusians are not doing much at the moment, just waiting around.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Oh, there's a Soviet demo charge right there. They could actually take out that squad if they noticed. They might be focusing on something else. Oh, there goes it, went off and the Pioneers are dead. Very smart there from the Soviet Union, just laying a trap. Very cheeky maneuvers right there. Now the Soviets are taking much of the farmland in their own hands. Panzergrenadiers is being prepared here by the Wehrmacht. Radpanzer is being upgraded though, so this the 2 is going to be a lot more armored. 50% more armor to be exact, which is a fair amount for this thing. What's going to try and take out the Sis crew. Using MP40s. Also note, all of the AT guns can no longer use their high explosive shield ability on infantry squads. So you cannot kill squads very quickly with them. Which I think is also a good change to allow infantry to be able to fight AT guns better. Ooh, the 2 is very good against Udon though. Valentine is still around, but the Puma, I imagine, is there to counter the Valentine, but so is the Pack as well. There's a mine down here. Half track taken out there by the 222. Thanks to the Radpanzer, the 50 caliber did not do that much damage. Panzergrenadiers are moving around, being armed with the MKB-42. NG-34 sitting up. So this could use a lot of the windows here though. Now that might not be engaged by the Soviet Swan unless that 222 drives over that mine, but doesn't look like it. Pack also setting up. Lots of mortar shells. Oh, MG-34 being stolen here by the Fonsoviki. That's the conscripts. Fonsoviki. Germans are trying to secure the southern flank again, though they need some resources. And MD4 has to be cautious because the conscripts are just waiting behind that building. Ooh, they might step on this mine. Doesn't look like it yet. Valentine is pushing up though, being a threat. Puma and Pack did try to get some shots in, but looks like they just hit terrain. Oh, they hit the mine. Well, they killed three of the team. Oh, no, there's another mine! Very good tactics there from the Soviets to just make this place a living nightmare to attack. NG-34 still around though, but conscripts are still going for it.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Great assault. That's a dead MG-34. But the 222 is still around, and the Volksgrenadiers are mowing down the conscripts. Udon has been suppressed thanks to the 222. We have an MG-42 here now for the Wehrmacht. A much better machine gun. Well, not much better, but it's just better. White Fosters hit the terrain. Pack misses. Pretty good fight so far, despite being such a small map. I do appreciate smaller fights sometimes. It means I don't have to make my throat be as destroyed with like Lauang matches. I throat thanks you. It looks like the Soviet Union is gearing up for another push here. Got more mines down here, doesn't look like it. 2-2 should be safe. Most grenadiers have actually been surprisingly useful to have around, I guess. Udon moving up here with their RPD. And being armed with a Scope PTIS rifle. Ooh. And that should be pretty good against the 2-2. Most grenadiers need to get out of there. Oh, the pack is in trouble. It's being hit out by the Soviet MG34. And now the Valentine is moving in. Ooh, the Puma did not penetrate. Ooh, they need to... Ooh. This is being very risky there because they are not accurate on the move. Belarusians are flanking the Panzer Grenadiers with an instant grenade, hitting them, and then they move in for the kill. Very good utilization of the irregulars. As you can see, they suck at aiming, but they still kill them. Looks like the Soviets have the upper hand at the moment. The Germans have lost a lot of units. Fortune still around though, for keeping the Udon back. Artillery strike going in here from the Mthis. Forcing the MG42 to move. We also have an M-chest Sherman coming out here, a Lend-Lease Sherman available to Motor Division. Soviets get a Motor Division gets a fair few Lend-Lease equipment stuff. I think it used to be the Lend-Lease commander back in the day in an early version of Spearhead. But they couldn't even get Churchills. So that was a kind of fun time. Lots of Soviet infantry pushing up here. They are aiming to overrun the southern flank now. But the MT-42 is still around, it's just not behind a lot of cover. If the gunner gets killed, that could be a big problem.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And he's trying to repair the Puma. You could just have gotten this upgrade personally, because I think that's very useful to have, the repair one. More grenadiers being prepared here by the Wehrmacht. But I think at this point it might be too late, because I think the Soviets could just soon drive in with M-chats. I think with M-chats in hand and all this infantry, they could overrun the German base. Scope PTS is also cool to have on the Udon. One sneaky with the MG34s, keeping the Volksgrenadiers back. Another Pack 40 arriving to replace the one they really cannot grab because of its bad positioning. Valentine moving up. The pack is ready. Doesn't penetrate. Well, Will Phosphorus loaded. Hits the mortar, burning them alive.
The mortar team has been killed.
Oh, but the Valentine goes down. Ammo cooked off. Now the Germans can just reman the mortar, obviously. M-chest are pushing up though. Explosive loaded. Kills the gunner and not much else. Force the machine gun back. Also the 2-2's preparing to drive northwards. Notes that it's not that the Belarusians are not good against 2-2s because the 2-2 is a scout vehicle, which means they can spot camouflage units. Oh, clearing the terrain. Very good to see. And now the outer engine showing up. They're gonna overrun the German position. 50 caliber shot hit. They hit the wheels. And there it goes. Goes have a recon squad here, but I don't think they can do much at this point. Germans are trying to get the Fahrzeughalle, but I think the Sherman's gonna be too much. We're trying to grab the packs, but they're under too much fire.
Our supply lines.
And ICARA calls the GG at this point. I think no one will blame them. They've lost a lot of terrain after all. They just surrender at this point, though.
Headquarters attacked.
Okay, so let's just speed up time. Looks like nothing is happening. There we go, now it's over. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this short one. I appreciate it was a little bit shorter this time. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!